On the popular reality program Alaskan Bush People, the youngest brown sister, Rain, won over viewers with her vivacious personality and tenacity. She has had a fantastic life, mostly enjoying the outdoors in Alaska with her family. It hasn't all sunshine and rainbows, however. She's had some very rough patches that have kept her apart from the people and things that matter most to her. Another setback occurred for the program not long ago, and viewers are still wondering what happened. Today, we will examine her life story from that of an Alaskan youngster navigating the wilderness to that of a resilient young lady meeting the difficulties of life with courage and determination. Even her name gives away Rain Brown's extraordinary character. She goes by the names Rain and Rainy and was born Merry Christmas Catherine Raindrop Brown. She came into this world in Hoonah, Alaska on November 23, 2002. Amy and Billy Brown, the main hosts of Alaskan Bush People, are her parents. It was her parents' wish that Amy be wed to Billy at the tender age of 15, according to the family history. Billy, who had just ended a marriage, was about 26 years old at the time. Additionally, he wed at a young age since he was already a father of 3 when he filed for a divorce from his first wife. His ex-wife has been silent ever since they divorced, as he has dedicated himself to providing for his family and growing his television program. Billy has amassed a considerable wealth. The Brown family's one-of-a-kind way of life and profound affinity for the natural world are mirrored in Rain's unusual name. At birth, Rainey entered a world that was different from the norm. Immersed in a life of self-sufficiency, the whole family lives off the grid, surrounded by the nature. What we now know as Alaskan Bush People was born out of this isolation, which captivated the interest of the Discovery Channel's production crew. Rain has been a part of the Brown family's story on the Alaskan Bush People reality program since she was a little girl, following them as they face the hardships of life in the wilds of Alaska. From a mischievous and inquisitive youngster to a strong and independent young lady, viewers saw Rain developed on the program. The program chronicles the family's everyday struggles in the face of the severe weather. When the program premiered in 2014, it had millions of viewers, because viewers liked seeing individuals enjoying the kind of lives they could only dream of. At the tender age of 11, Rain made her television debut on Alaskan Bush People. The show's devoted fan base grew rapidly after its 2014 debut. Thanks to her charming character and contagious grin, Rainey quickly became beloved by the audience. It was astonishing that she could adjust to the harsh realities of life in Alaska at such a young age. Fans were won over by her quiet demeanor on the program, and her appearances have never failed to delight. She had to adjust to her new surroundings at an early age, so her brothers used to make fun of her for being too dependent on them. It was a daily struggle to get by under such circumstances. There was a lot of growth and exploration throughout Rainey's first few years on the program. From constructing their house to gathering food, she was often seen assisting her family. In spite of everything, Rain had a cheerful attitude and often entertained with her honest and insightful storytelling about her life experiences. Despite the show's initial massive popularity, allegations began to circulate that the participants' actions were staged. Such a reputation may have hurt them in the long run, even if there was never any proof of it. Regardless, Rainey's admirers saw her mature and change from a shy person to someone more confident and vocal. The first red flag was when she began to play around with her appearance, sometimes dyeing her hair and often trying new trends. Rumors began circulating that she was undergoing a transition when she began sporting short hair and vivid colors, but she has yet to address the speculation. Even more people thought she was trying to get into the modeling industry at the time. Rainey is one of 7 siblings, and all 6 of them are actors. In our group, you will find Snowbird, Matthew, Joshua, Solomon, Gabriel, and Noah. Rainey and Noah's competition was a constant on the program, yet it never diminished their affection for one another. Their mutual support system was an inspiration to watch. They must band together to protect and assist one another from the many dangers that come with living in the wild. They were having a great time until things began to go wrong later on. Alaskan bush people highlighted the various hardships endured by the Brown family in addition to their adventures and successes. Rainey's fortitude was put to the test as she suffered many devastating losses. The passing of Rainey's father, Billy Brown, was a devastating blow to her family. Fans were saddened to see the show's driving force go, and his death jolted the whole family. His health wasn't ideal back then, and he did get epileptic convulsions every so often. Billy was the show's adored father, a rock for the Brown family, and a guiding light. Billy had a seizure and died at 68 years of age on February 7, 2021. His passing was a devastating blow to his loved ones and the many others who had grown to know and appreciate him. Noah informed us of his passing via his social media accounts. There was a time when viewers doubted the family's ability to recover from this catastrophe and the show's prospects seemed grim. Rainey sent touching condolences to her father on social media, expressing her profound sadness at his departure. There was a huge hole in her life when Billy was gone, since she thought of him as her guardian and hero. Despite their overwhelming grief, the family showed the resilience and solidarity that had always defined them by leaning on one another for support. During that time, fans were very supportive as well, with many leaving the family touching remarks. Despite their secluded lifestyle, the Browns had plenty of people looking out for them. The loss devastated Rainey, but she knew she had to pick herself up and go on. Things on the program returned back to normal after the grieving period, and momentum was building again. Unfortunately, the Browns had a lot of bad luck in store for them in 2021. I don't know what went wrong. Once again, the family was taken aback by another unexpected death, casting a pall of sadness over them. The tragic passing of Mr. Cupcake, the family dog, was the second fatality. Like many pets, Mr. Cupcake quickly became a cherished family member. In many episodes, he tagged around with the family as they went about their daily lives. Unfortunately, this was just the latest familial tie that was quickly severed. The Browns' already difficult time was made much worse by his death. One episode showed the whole disaster unfolding for the viewers of the program. The news of Cupcake's death reached Rainey first. In a hulking heap, she escaped the home. She clenched her hand and pounded it on a wooden board many times before drawing her revolver and firing 3 rounds into the air. While Rainey was out for the day, her other siblings detected danger and hurried up to her. Even though Rainey was too shocked to talk at first, she eventually mustered up the courage to deliver the devastating news. The news obviously devastated the whole family, who had fond memories of their time spent with the dog. After a touching funeral for Mr. Cupcake, Rainey and her siblings grieved his death. Additionally, they were observed reminiscing about the happiness and company he had brought into their lives. The Brown family grieved the loss of Mr. Cupcake with all their might because of the strong link that exists between pets and their families. These incidents weren't the only ones that the family has experienced over the years. Amora, their mother, had a similarly traumatic experience in her youth that affected the whole family. The matriarch of the Brown family and a cherished icon among Alaskan bush people, Ami Brown, received a devastating diagnosis of advanced lung cancer in June 2017, causing a life-altering catastrophe for the family. Everyone, including the family and viewers of the broadcast, was taken aback by the prognosis. Stage 3 cancer, which Ami had, was very aggressive and had spread to lymph nodes and maybe other organs in her body. Her health was very bad. At first they were told there was little chance, but they refused to give up. They were able to assist their mother since the family is quite wealthy as a result of their involvement in the program and other ventures. Sharing the mental and physical struggles that came with Ami's diagnosis, her family chose to bring her fight to the public front. At a Los Angeles hospital, Ami endured rigorous treatments like radiation and chemotherapy. The Browns had a very trying time during this period as they had to uproot their beloved Alaskan lifestyle and devote themselves fully to Ami's health. Ami was an inspiration with her courage and optimism throughout her therapy. The Brown family's solidarity shone through as they confronted this insurmountable obstacle. She relied on her religion and loved ones for strength. Their story was chronicled on the program, which gave an unfiltered and genuine glimpse into how cancer affected their lives. In spite of this, Amy's therapies were beginning to show results, and by year's end, physicians had declared remission, which was a tremendous relief for the family. The family went back to the woods, but this time they settled in Washington state. Fans and family alike rejoiced at Amy's recovery, which was a result of her strength and the success of her medical treatment. When news broke in 2024 that Amy needed to be transported to the hospital once again, supporters were frightened. The family received well wishes from everyone who assumed the disease had returned. Snowbird, her other daughter, verified that this time it was a severe case of pneumonia and expressed her optimism that Amy would recover. The news of Amy's recovery has been and will be an encouragement and motivation. Her prognosis is good, but she will need to be under medical monitoring and have frequent checkups to make sure the cancer doesn't come back. In order to maintain her health and continue to live the simple, satisfying life she loves, Amy has adjusted to a more careful way of living. The Brown family has been there for Amy through thick and thin, adapting their lifestyle and routines to meet her unique health requirements. Those who have seen the Browns on television have felt a profound connection to Amy's tale because it is a moving account of resilience and perseverance. The unwavering support and unity shown by the Brown family throughout Amy's treatment was really remarkable. Rainey was a rock for her mom and family, showing remarkable strength despite her tender years. The unwavering faith and resolve of Amy's family was shown by her ultimate recovery. Unfortunately, the Browns were unable to renew Alaskan Bush People after filming the 14th season in 2022, and since then, they have been noticeably absent from television. Later on in this video, we'll get into the specifics. We learned about Snowbird's health concern later in 2023, since the show has kept viewers informed about everything that's occurring in their life, even though the program hasn't been on all this long. Another health worry befell the Brown family in late 2023, when Snowbird Brown, who was lovingly called Birdie, suffered from acute stomach discomfort. Despite Birdie's best efforts to ignore the pain, it eventually became severe enough to warrant a trip to the doctor. Ultrasounds and computed tomography scans, among other medical tests, found that her ovaries were harboring numerous malignancies. The news was especially worrisome because of the family's previous experience with Amy's illness. The identification of tumors in Birdie prompted a battery of further testing to ascertain the benign or malignant nature of the growths. The family's emotional well-being was severely tested as they dealt with the prospect of Amy's return to cancer treatment so soon after her recovery. Birdie and Rainey had a special connection, and Rainey was there for Birdie through all of her tough times. They fought this new hurdle in the hopes of overcoming it quickly. Birdie was quite nervous and unsure of what to expect during the operation to remove the tumors. No problems arose during the procedure, and the tumors were successfully eliminated. Much to Birdie and her family's relief, follow-up biopsies confirmed that the tumors were benign. Regardless, Birdie is still checked out often, just for safety reasons. Being cautious is always a good idea. To guarantee no more difficulties, Birdie's rehabilitation procedure included extensive rest and a thorough monitoring routine. But it showed her how delicate health is and how important it is to get medical help quickly, so it had a lasting impression on her. Like her mother, Birdie shows remarkable fortitude and tenacity when confronted with health problems. This was made clear by her struggle. As a result, the Browns have dealt with several individual difficulties since 2017. Keeping the spectacle going for that long is really incredible. Unfortunately, they were only able to hang on for so long until the program was pulled off broadcast. Many fans of Alaskan Bush People hoped that the show would not be canceled in 2021, despite the many rumors and speculations to the contrary. On the other hand, the program was canceled in 2022. There have been guesses as to what may have caused this, but no definitive answers have been provided. The death of Billy Brown was, unsurprisingly, mentioned as one of the reasons the program may cease. Without Billy, the show's father and a pivotal character, Alaskan bush people would not have been the same. There were some who worried the program may lose its identity if he left. There is no proof that this is a factor, but it isn't completely out of the question either. And if the Brown family hadn't moved from Alaska to Washington, the show's concept may have been different. Many wondered whether the program could maintain its original allure of adventure and survival in its new setting, given the changing conditions of the family members. Not only did they risk a drop in viewers, but the suspicion that the program may be staged didn't help matters either. The Brown family persisted in their mission to share their story with the world, in spite of all these obstacles. Even though it seemed like Alaskan bush people would not be there for much longer, the program kept on as the family adjusted to their new circumstances. They had to end things in 2022 when they realized they couldn't continue. Everyone has been longing for their return on screen, particularly Rainey, who has won over so many fans. Some are keeping their fingers crossed that they'll figure out a way to restart the program or start a new one soon. Having them back on our screens would be good, so we're holding out hope. Not only has Rain Brown always been an inspiration, but her unique style has also made her stand out. As we said before, Rainey has used her fashion choices as a means of self-expression throughout the show. She often combines rugged, outdoor-ready clothing with her own unique sense of style. The clothes that Rainey wears, whether she's working in her tough outdoor gear or showing off a more whimsical style, are a reflection of her individuality and inventiveness. She has become a fashion hero for many followers due to her talent for combining practicality with personal expression. At the moment, it seemed like she was going for the run, but she hasn't shown any signs of moving in that direction yet. When it comes to her private life, Rain is single and determined to take care of herself. By opening herself to her fans on social media, she gives them a glimpse into her life outside of the program. Many people find Rainey relevant and inspirational because she is honest and genuine with them. A tribute to Rain Brown's tenacity, determination, and individuality is her trip on Alaskan bush people. Through thick and thin, Rainey has showed resilience from her childhood in the Alaskan wilderness, through the pain of loss, and into the acceptance of new circumstances. Rain has never wavered from her own self, and her optimism and bravery in the face of adversity have been an inspiration to her legions of followers. She is very appreciative of everyone watching out for her, and her fans have been incredibly supportive as well. The resilience and fortitude that every one of us has is profoundly shown in Rainey's narrative. As we continue to explore Rain Brown's life, we appreciate you being here with us. We are eagerly anticipating the next developments involving this extraordinary young lady, and by extension the whole Brown family, since her narrative is far from over.